your English podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we unpack a stack of sources to get you well-informed fast. And our mission, well, it's to find the core secrets these sources reveal
Yeah.
about truly going from knowing, absolutely zero English to speaking with confidence.
What are the essential ingredients for success, according to this material anyway?
Exactly. Let's unpack this. It's painted as a journey, and crucially, it's not just about textbooks or grammar drills.
Hmm?
These sources, they seem built on personal experience, and they highlight that the real engine is your inner drive combined with, well, smart practice.
And what's fascinating right away is the emphasis on why you're learning. Personal motivation is presented as the absolute fuel, for this entire journey.
Right, the fuel.
It's not about external pressure, like someone telling you to learn, but finding a deep personal goal that makes learning significant for you.
Yeah, that personal why. Maybe it's landing a specific job or being able to travel independently or, I don't know, finally watching your favorite show without subtitles.
Exactly. And that's what helps you push through the tough moments, right? Especially at the beginning when everything feels, well, hard.
Mm-hmm. The sources suggest finding inspiration in others' success stories or even just setting tiny daily goals. Just something to keep that fire burning.
And speaking of goals, if we connect this to, like, the bigger picture of staying motivated on a long journey, the sources are very clear. Concrete, measurable goals are crucial.
Yeah, not just fuzzy ideas.
Saying, I want to learn English isn't really enough, is it? You need milestones, like, I want to pass the A2 level exam in 6 months, or maybe I want to be able to order food confidently in a restaurant next month. Little things.
That distinction is key. Fixing those specific achievements, no matter how small, lets you actually see your progress.
Which fuels motivation.
Definitely. And linking them directly to how learning improves your life, like that job or travel, that makes them incredibly powerful.
Yeah. The advice seems to be break those big aspirations down into small, achievable steps. Create a realistic, personal roadmap.
Okay, so roadmap in hand. But here's where the journey often hits bumps, mistakes.
Ah, yes, mistakes. But these sources, they kind of flip the script on that. They are absolutely adamant that mistakes aren't failures.
They're essential opportunities for growth.
Exactly, opportunities.
That perspective shifts everything, doesn't it? It leads straight to their strong advice. Use every single chance you get to practice.
Every chance. Talk to friends. Use social media for real interactions. Even talk to yourself.
Right. The core message is don't be afraid to open your mouth and use the language you're learning, even if it's not perfect.
This raises an important question for anyone on this path. Are you seeing your errors as roadblocks that just stop you?
Or as stepping stones, showing you exactly where to focus next.
Precisely. They point out that practicing what you already know, even with a limited vocabulary, is actually vital for building confidence and strengthening those, language muscles.
So on this journey, what about the tools, the resources? The sources talk about strategy and flexibility here.
It's interesting because while grammar fundamentals are pretty stable, vocabulary is dynamic, it changes.
So while tried and true methods work, focusing on current, real-world materials is also advised. Things you'd actually hear or read now.
The sweet spot, according to these pieces, seems to be combining different resources and formats, maybe podcasts like this one, videos, apps, textbooks, a mix.
Right, not putting all your eggs in one basket.
And flexibility allows you to adapt and find what works best for you. Balancing bringing in new information with really solidifying what you've already studied. Repetition, but smart repetition.
And on a long trip, you can't sprint the whole way, can you? Another crucial point they make is simplifying and avoiding overload.
Oh, definitely. You don't need to learn everything instantly. The sources suggest distributing your learning, taking breaks.
And not constantly piling on new material just for the sake of it.
It's about the quality of your understanding and practice in each session, not just the sheer quantity of new words or rules you cram in.
And this ties directly into a core insight. You can start speaking and communicating by simply putting together thoughts using the language you've already learned.
Exactly. You don't have to wait until you know everything.
Discussing familiar topics like the weather, your hobbies, or just describing your day, that helps build confidence because you're succeeding with what you know.
You might be surprised how much you can communicate about things you understand, even with relatively simple English. It's empowering.
Definitely. And finally, they warn against getting stuck, avoiding overlearning.
Right. That means not endlessly repeating the same exercises if you've already grasped the concept. If you get it, you get it.
So once you've learned something, the advice is clear. Use it practically, in conversation or writing.
Rather than just drilling it over and over, balance reinforcing your knowledge with actively moving forward and applying it.
So what does this all mean when you look at the whole journey? These sources seem to boil down going from 0 to fluent into a powerful mix. Finding that deep personal reason why.
Setting clear, measurable goals as your map.
Embracing fearless practice where mistakes are actually learning opportunities.
Using a flexible toolkit of resources smartly.
Managing your pace to avoid burnout. And maybe most importantly, using the English you already have to build confidence and momentum.
Yeah, it's really about building your skills and confidence little by little, always prioritizing real communication over waiting for some kind of abstract perfection.
Which never really comes anyway, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so a final thought for you to consider. If mistakes are truly opportunities for growth, and using what you know is the key to building confidence, what small piece of real-world English practice can you incorporate into your day, starting now, to actually use what you've learned?